My marriage, my cage. A confession about losing myself.
My name is Tracy. Saying I'm married sometimes feels like saying I got a life sentence. It can be so depressing. It's like you suddenly belong to someone. You're their property. I've always hated that whole idea. Well, not always. Right after the wedding, I kinda liked it, you know? It felt safe. But as time went on, the whole marriage thing started to feel heavy. Don't get me wrong, I never regretted marrying Mark. He's a good provider. We have 2 great kids. A house in the suburbs, 2 cars, a little cabin by the lake. We took vacations, sometimes to the beach, sometimes to visit family out in the country. Weekends were often spent hiking or having barbecues. The whole American dream package, right? What more could you want? But I ended up having an affair. His name is Alex. He's married, too. Which was convenient. It meant we were both in hiding. It guaranteed no messy talks about divorce or him calling me at 3 a.m. It's easier when you're both keeping a secret. Safer for me, and safer for my family. Finding a place to meet was always a hassle, but we made it work. We'd use a friend's apartment sometimes, or rent a cheap Airbnb. A couple of times we got a hotel room, but that felt sketchy and unsafe. That night, I told Mark I was staying over at my girlfriend Sarah's place because she was sick with the flu. He was totally fine with it, no questions. He trusts me. His mistake. And I've used that trust to my full advantage. So, Alex texted me that his buddy had an empty apartment we could use. And I went. We met on our usual park bench. It's a pretty secluded spot, so the chance of running into anyone we know is low. I didn't have to wait long. I just sat down when I saw him walking through the trees. We said our quick hellos and started walking. He led, I followed. To anyone watching, we just looked like a normal couple. We cut through some back alleys and came up to this plain, boring apartment building. Your standard 5-story walk-up. The courtyard was quiet. And the main thing was, I definitely didn't know anyone there. Low risk. We went inside, up to the 4th floor. The apartment door was just a basic wooden one. Alex rang the doorbell. Is someone in there? I whispered, panicked. Yeah, just Mike. Don't worry, we'll hang for a minute and then tell him to get lost, he said. Then we heard the deadbolt unlock. A tall, well-built guy answered the door. Oh, hey, it's you. Come in. He moved aside and we walked in. And that's when I saw them. There were 2 other guys in the living room. My stomach dropped. I always tried to keep this whole thing quiet, and now there were 3 witnesses. This was not the plan. Alex, let's just go, I said to him, low. Oh, come on, babe. They leave in a sec, and we'll have the place to ourselves. I hesitated, but I gave in. I was just so desperate for some attention. I stayed. We went to the kitchen. Turns out they were in the middle of drinking. There was a bottle of whiskey and some snacks on the table, some chips, a deli tray, cheese. The usual. I reluctantly sat down on a stool. I hate these kinds of drinking sessions, but I felt like I had to play along. After a couple of shots of whiskey on a mostly empty stomach, my head started spinning. Everything got foggy. That's when Alex stood up, took my hand, and led me out of the kitchen. I followed him, kind of out of it. He took me into a bedroom. He started kissing me. Wait, I said, pulling away. You said they were leaving. Let's just wait till we're alone. Relax, they're completely wasted, he said, not stopping. No one's gonna bother us. Then he started getting rough, pulling at my clothes. He'd never been like that before. I was shocked. What are you doing? Stop. Not like this. I tried to push his hands away. But he wasn't listening. But when he shoved his hand up my skirt and into my underwear, I just stopped. What was the point? This is why I came here, right? So, whatever. I just shut down. I went limp. Alex felt it immediately and got even more aggressive. I just lay there, not moving, when he was done and got off me. I didn't even flinch when he left the room, zipping up his jeans on the way out. He closed the door behind him. I was just lying there, staring at the ceiling. Between the booze and the awful sex, I was exhausted but couldn't sleep. I just felt this huge, empty disappointment. I was almost asleep when the door burst open and one of the guys from the kitchen walked in fast. He'd taken his shirt off and was unbuckling his belt. He had this gross, predatory smile on his face. I knew exactly what he wanted. I shot up, scared, scrambling to cover myself with my clothes, pulling my top over my chest and my skirt down my legs. I was instantly sober. I felt sick. But he was quick. In one move, he was on me, pushing me back down. I was pinned. I tried to scream, but what was the use? Get off me. Now. I tried to fight him off. I put up a fight at first, but God, it's hard to explain. My body just betrayed me. I started shaking, convulsing. I had the most intense release I'd ever felt. I completely checked out. I don't even know what happened. When I came to, he was on top of me, breathing heavily. Holy hell, he said, sounding impressed. Never had it like that. Then he left. And I realized it wasn't over. As soon as he left, another one walked in. I froze. It finally hit me. They were passing me around. I was terrified, but what could I do? It was already happening. How could Alex do this to me? He totally set me up. This new guy didn't even look at me. It was like I wasn't even a person. When he was done, he just left without a word. I just lay there, completely numb. And then the last one came in. He was in a hurry. I was so tired. I didn't want anything anymore. I just wanted it to be over so I could go home. So I just let him. I let him use me until he was finished. I broke up with Alex. I stopped taking his calls. When he emailed me, threatening to tell my husband everything, I wrote back and said, go ahead. I'd love to have a chat with your wife, too. He never replied. And here's the kicker. I found out I'm pregnant. Mark found the test and he's so happy. He's talking about names and painting the nursery. If it weren't for his reaction, I would have just gotten rid of it quietly. But now I can't. How could I possibly tell him the truth? That I got pregnant that night, with some random guy, or guys, while I was cheating on him? So now I'm stuck. This perfect, happy lie. And sometimes I wonder which is worse, the cage I felt I was in before, or this new